GM Korea began developing the Opel Ampera-E and clone car badge model Chevrolet Bolt in 2012 with a team of 180 people with the project called G2KCZ. G2 for Gamma second generation platform, K for hatchback, C for Chevrolet and Z for electric car. Its initial concept debuted at the 2015 North American International Auto Show. The car is around 4 meters long in the B segment of vehicles. The battery is in the chassis, improving driving feel and the center of gravity. It has 17-inch alloy wheels. The charger port is on the front left fender. It supports 120 volt to 40 volt AC charging with J1772 standard, also fast charge in DC CCS with SAE combo charger. The electric motor is under the front hood, so there isn't any frunk. It has 200 horsepower, 149 kilowatt. It is a permanent magnet motor generator with 266 pound-feet of torque, 361 Nm. Acceleration from 0 to 30 miles per hour, 0 to 48 km per hour in 2.9 seconds, and 0 to 60 miles per hour, 0 to 97 km per hour in around 7.3 seconds. Top speed is automatically limited to 91 miles per hour, 146 km per hour. The battery is 60 kWh capacity, made with lithium-ion technology, with 288 cells battery pack weighing 435 kilos. The range is 238 miles, 383 kilometers according to APA, 320 miles, 520 kilometers in NEDC cycle, and 240 miles, 380 kilometers in WLTP cycle. The Ampera's doors, tailgate and hood are made of aluminum. The driver can adjust the level of regenerative braking as the accelerator pedal is lifted. The front seats are asymmetrical to maximize cabin volume while accommodating airbags. There are two screens, the driver's dashboard and the bigger infotainment system. The dashboard has battery level on the left, speed and information about traffic signals in the center, while information about regenerative braking on the right. The infotainment screen is 10 inches, a mix between touchscreen and physical buttons. It has support for both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connection. The front seats are heated and there is automatic climate control. A rear camera with reverse parking lines is available, also with parking sensors. The car is equipped with smartphone Bluetooth and cruise control that you can modify from the heated steering wheels. There are two cup holders near the gear shift. The parking brake is electric. A little behind that, there is an armrest with a storage compartment underneath and two USB ports to charge your smartphone. Another two USB ports are available for the rear passengers that have some good leg space because in an electric car there isn't a transmission tunnel. There are another cup holders with two glasses capacity for the rear passengers. Cargo space is 17 cubic feet for 80 liters with the seats pulled down, while 381 liters with the rear seats up. The 2017 Opel Ampera-E and the 2017 Chevrolet Bolt EV are essentially the same car, born from a partnership between General Motors and Opel before GM sold its European operations to PSA Group, now called Stellantis. While they were built in the same factory in Michigan and share the same 60 kWh battery, there are a few key regional differences. Market and branding. Chevrolet Bolt was sold primarily in North America, like USA and Canada, and also South Korea, while the Opel Ampera-E was sold in Europe, particularly Norway, Germany, and the Netherlands. Exterior and interior styling. Badging. The most obvious difference. The Bolt features the Chevrolet logo, while the Ampera has the Opel logo. Grille and bumpers. The front fascia and grille patterns differ slightly to suit regional design preferences and European crash safety regulations. Colors. Each brand offered a unique palette. For example, the Ardent Blue or Amber Orange seen on many Opel models wasn't always a direct match for Chevy's Kinetic Blue. Range ratings. The paper difference. You might see different range figures in brochures, but this is due to testing standards, not the car's actual capacity. According to American EPA, the Bolt is rated at 238 miles, while the European Opel Ampera-E, according to the more optimistic NEDC, was rated at over 500 kilometers, the type 310 miles. Technical and feature tweaks. Rear view camera mirror. The high-tech camera mirror, which replaces the glass with a video feed, was a flagship feature for the Chevrolet Bolt Premier, but was notably omitted from the Opel Ampera-E. Connectivity. The Bolt used OnStar, a GM service, while the Ampera-E it launched with it, but support became complicated after Opel was sold to PSA, leading to some orphaned connected features for European owners. Charging. Both use the CCS combined charging system, but the Ampera-E uses the Type 2 version standard in Europe, while the Bolt uses the Type 1 version standard in North America. The European version of the car began production in February 2017. The biggest difference between the previous Ampera is that the newer car is electric only, while the previous one was a plug-in hybrid where the EV motor moved the wheels, while the gasoline engine only acted as a generator. The Ampera-E was first offered for sale in Norway, the first country in Europe where it was marketed, at a starting price of 299,900 Norwegian kroner, €33,500. In December 2016, a price that was higher than the Nissan Leaf and BMW i3. There were 4,000-5,000 orders for the Ampera-E in Norway alone, which has a population of 5.2 million people. Availability was limited, as the Ampera-E and the Bolt both were assembled at the same factory. 3 months later, in March 2017, Group PSA agreed to acquire Opel, the English twin-sister brand Vauxhall, and the European auto-leading business from General Motors, as GM exited the European market. The acquisition was completed in November. By October 2017, European sales had expanded into Switzerland, the Netherlands and Germany. In Germany, it had a price of €39,000, higher than the BMW i3 and the Volkswagen e-Golf Mark 7, but you need to know that the Opel Ampera-E had a far bigger electric range in comparison to those cars, because the Ampera-E had a bigger 60 kWh battery. In November 2018, it was reported to be on sale in the Netherlands for €46,699, possibly as a way to reduce overall emissions of the cars sold by Opel and Vauxhall. However, dealers in Europe were asked to completely stop accepting orders for the Opel Ampera-E at the same time, as the entire annual allotment for Europe had been sold, and the earliest possible delivery date was pushed to 2019. Sales records show that as of February 2019, fewer than 5,000 Ampera-E vehicles were ever delivered in the entirety of Europe. Even though the Ampera-E could be ordered and bought in the Netherlands in 2019, its steep price was still an issue. In early 2020, the importer lowered the price to €34,149. This was enough to put the car in the top 10 of best-selling cars in the country, regardless of powertrain, and make it one among electric cars. However, the 2020 price reduction was an incentive to sell the remaining stocks. As of 2020, Opel refuses to import any more Bolt Ampera-E into the Netherlands and Germany because it had finally finalized the agreement with PSA to exit from General Motors ownership.